Hey everybody, how'd you do? Y'all are going to learn that by the time this is over. But just wanted to show you some stuff real quick. This is my cave where I do a lot of my work while I am at work. I'm not clocked in right now, so hopefully I won't be in any sort of trouble for filming any of this. It is a mess. Certainly is. But see, I got my little table here. I've been working on some pottery, some cooking pots and other things lately, so I've got a lot of my pottery stuff out and about. Let's see if I can prop you up. Perfect. But basically, I just wanted to say that there are a couple of different things coming up. I took a little vacation from YouTube simply because I am not great or adept with technology and it frustrates me. But what I have been doing is getting ready for the new season here at Williamsburg, developing new programs, and also working on some of my own projects. One of those is going to be a couple of different canoes, three canoes actually. So hopefully, or two if we screw it up. But I just worked on some paddles today. I went ahead and finished one, and I'll get you guys a look at that here soon. One of the tools that I was making and working on, this tool right here, is what we call a crook knife or crooked knife, and it's a very useful tool for carving. This is the way that it's used right here. It kind of fits your hand very well, and it's a draw knife. It's a pull stroke. If I've got anything, got a piece of hickory, old hickory split here. Basically, it's just a pull stroke like this. So it's a mix. I've heard it described as a mix between a draw knife, a plane, and a gouge, sort of all in the same tool. Very, very useful. You know, some are very, very ornate. Mine's kind of a plain Jane kind of crook knife. And then of course there's more modern versions of these. This is a spoon carving knife for carving spoons and bowls, and sort of as a pull gouge. You know, this is also going to come in handy when we're building these canoes. So these are two big tools that we're going to be using when building the canoes coming up. I'm going to be doing one bark canoe, hopefully, and two dugouts. So up on the Pamunkey Res, where my friend Warren lives, there's a cypress grove that he has allowed me to cut trees from, and so we're going to go over there and hopefully cut down a cypress tree big enough to get 3 canoes out of. And I hope it goes well. A couple of the other things, I got a request a little while back from someone to say, could you work on a couple of different clothing items? So some leggings, some moccasins, some quill work like a knife sheath. And this is the knife sheath that I've been working on. Put out here. That's the knife sheath that I've been working on. It's a piece of brain tan. Those quills, not the best light that I'm in right now, but red, black, and white. And it's actually a reproduction of an original. That's a little better. Reproduction of an original, or my attempt at the reproduction. I really thought it was nice. So it comes from up north, up around the lakes. And then I'll be making a trip over to Burnley and Trowbridge, which is where most people on the eastern side of the U.S. are going to be getting cloth for historical reenacting. They do a great job. They're very knowledgeable, especially on Eastern Woodlands clothing and fashion. Angela over there knows quite a bit. So I buy my cloth from her for shirts, for leggings, silk ribbon, all that kind of stuff. Any textile you need, they've got it. So I'm going to be going over there and getting some Stroud cloth, like this. This is the kind of cloth right here. This selvage edge cloth. It's covered in elk fur. Don't mind that. But this is nice good weight wool. You know, that we can make leggings out of. So I think what I'm going to do is go through a whole series of videos and do a whole outfit. You know, work on a pair of moccasins, work on a pair of leggings, you know, maybe a shirt. I'm not great at making shirts. I do know that my friend Emily is making me one right now. She's finishing one that I started, a ruffle shirt, and so I can show you a little bit of sort of the stitches that you need to do that. But I'm not very adept with European clothing and sewing. So we can do a couple of different things, some quill work, some quill wrapping, and you know, show you the finishing on this. I do have a video on quill work already, so check that out. Shows you how to do this style of quill work, also to the lane stitch, and so you can pretty much figure out whatever patterns you want from those. Those are the two main ones that you're going to see being used in the eastern woodlands. You know, maybe do a little bit of weaving. I mean, I know it's not incredibly complex stuff, but weaving belts and such. This is a small 2-row wampum belt made out of black and white glass trade beads, strung up on a bow loom, and that I'll be using here at work. You know, so there's a couple of different things that we can work on, but those canoes are going to be a big project. I'm really looking forward to filming it and to getting up for you guys, and so I think that's really it. Oh, and a blowgun. There's I just keep walking in and out of frame. This is a piece of elderberry that I'm going to be using for a blowgun. As you can see, it's got sort of a pithy core to it, and it's relatively straight. I mean, I've got to do some straightening, obviously, but it's relatively straight. So I can take and carve this up, hollow it out, and hopefully get a decent blowgun out of it. I know that folks up around the north were using blowguns made out of split wood or hollowed out wood rather than cane. Southeastern tribes like the Cherokee and other folks were using more of the river cane blowguns like these right here. So this is a cane blowgun. As you can see, it's fairly tall. I'm about 6'3", so those guns are about as tall as the people that used them, they say, or a little taller. So just like with anything else, the longer the barrel, the more accurate the weapon is usually. So that's about how that works. But yeah, I can work on some pottery if you all want to see what that is like. You know, the coil and paddle and anvil kind of techniques. Traditional, no wheels or anything like that, so all hand building. We can do some firing. Like I said, I'll be posting some videos of some clothing and some other sort of accoutrements, paint, you know, that sort of thing. We can get into sort of what paint is most. You know, one of the big things that I do want to address is, you know, why do we paint? That's really important. So instead of just doing the things, it's really important to know why the things are done in the first place. So, you know, not all paint is war paint. Not every axe is a tomahawk. You know, not every dance is a war dance. And so, you know, that's really important to understand when it comes to, you know, Native peoples, is that there's so much information, there's so much to understand. It's very complex. Something that looks the same may be totally different. And so, you know, that is one of the things I do want to make sure that I do get on this channel is the information that goes with these things, rather than just doing them for the sake of doing them. So, I think I'm done rambling. Oh, and tattoos. I'm not done rambling. That was the other thing that the gentleman wanted to know about is tattooing, and I can provide a little bit of information on that if you'd like. So let me know. Leave a comment. You know, and let me know what you want to see. Ask questions. That's kind of the big thing that I want to make sure gets done. Is that you guys get what you want. So, thank you all for listening to me ramble on for a little while.